It's Sunday, November 5th. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray. Here's your Sunday morning weather briefing video. 2 in a row I get to do. My favorite part of the week, get to do it twice this week. Getting to talk to you and talk about the weather. Now, if you haven't already checked your clocks this morning, your manual ones at least, you're probably an hour early. Daylight saving time ended overnight tonight, and I'm sure there's no way you've missed everybody talking about it. But you got an extra hour of sleep overnight. Very thankful for that, recording this around 11:30 Saturday night. And I'm going to appreciate that extra hour of sleep here in just a few minutes. Now, the drought situation across Alabama is becoming quite significant. D3 drought now covers a good bit of the Tennessee Valley, southwestern Alabama, almost the entire state of Alabama now in at least abnormally dry conditions. Only a tiny, tiny bit of Lee County, as you see right there, is still in what we call DZ, or none. D0, the yellow, covers a good bit of east central Alabama, but even there, that only leaves about 5% of the state that's either in no drought or abnormally dry. 95% of the state is now completely engulfed in drought, and a good bit of it in the one category from the top. Now, I don't have a lot of hope for you in terms of rainfall. This is the WPC look through next Saturday night, showing very light rainfall amounts. Really, the southeastern half of Alabama will be lucky to even get any rain to settle the dust. Areas in the I-59 corridor, 0.2, quarter of an inch of rain, that's just not much to write home about. Tennessee Valley, northwest Alabama will be a little luckier, but that is no drought buster by any means. Quarter to a third of an inch of rain there between now and next Saturday night. This is the upper pattern across North America, showing a trough developing, a shortwave trough developing over to the southeast. That's what those clouds out there that you're noticing are associated with, that upper level disturbance. They're going to move out pretty quickly. Temperatures this morning are generally in the 40s. Some of the normally colder locations, northeast Alabama, especially those protected valleys, got down to upper 30s. Some of those places have probably risen overnight by the time you watch this, just with that cloud cover acting as a bit of an insulating blanket. This is the National Blend of Models this morning, showing partly cloudy to partly sunny skies, generally in the I-59 corridor. But as you go through time, you'll see those clouds evaporate and move out pretty quickly. We get through the rest of the day with a good supply of sunshine. High temperatures this afternoon will be well into the 70s, 72 to 78 across the entire area. And we stay clear as we get into the evening hours overnight tonight. Just a few clouds. Few high clouds should not be enough to cause any problems. But a big shield of clouds starts to form again during the Monday morning hours, and some of that, especially over the southern two-thirds of Alabama, will have at least an opaque cover of clouds coming in at a high location. But then it's just partly cloudy skies generally for the remainder of the week. This is the GFS, our model of choice, early on this Sunday morning, showing basically Alabama in dry conditions, and we're going to be there for quite some time, unfortunately. As we said today, increasing sunshine. That's 97L down there you see moving into Central America. Fortunately, it got in overnight and did not develop tropically. Trying to save at least one name on the list. We've got Vince coming up. We'll see what may well be Vince coming up in the week 2 period in just a minute. But there's only one other name on the list, folks, Wanda, and then we have to go to the supplemental list. But as we go through Sunday night, should be fair skies, low temperatures in the 40s across the entire area. I think most everybody will probably stay out of the 30s tonight. We'll have to see. You might, get that one off somewhere along the way. We get into Monday. We talked about those clouds there. Not enough to slow down the temperature, though. High temperatures on Monday will be rising into the middle and upper 70s. It will be dry through the day, as you see here, going into Monday night and into Tuesday. Low pressure beginning to develop over Colorado. That'll be our next weather maker. But a nice strong ridge of high pressure extending from the western Atlantic from near Bermuda back into the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. High temperatures on Tuesday are going to be approaching 80 in many locations. Probably will approach them on Monday as well, but many folks will get into the 80s on Tuesday, it looks like. Somewhere between 80 and 83, 84 degrees. Could be flirting with record highs. I haven't checked what those are. It's going to be more of the same for Wednesday. Partly cloudy skies, warm again. See that low there moving from Iowa into Illinois, beginning to take shape. And by Wednesday afternoon, we're going to see increasing winds over a good bit of Alabama ahead of that next storm system. Now, we're kind of flirting with fire danger all along the way here. Burn ban in effect. Don't even think about it. Dry fuels, drought condition, warm temperatures. We're checking all the boxes by the time we throw the winds in, except for relative humidities. Now, relative humidities for a red flag warning in Alabama generally have to be 15% or less in the afternoon. That's not going to be the case here. Humidities should be higher than that, but I'm afraid that the other factors will, kind of overcome that lack of humidity to produce a moderate to high fire danger, especially as we get into Wednesday and probably Thursday. That system is near Chicago, moving out over the lake and into Michigan. Here by Wednesday night. And by Thursday, we're going to see increasing clouds here in Alabama. Still be warm. High temperatures in the middle to upper 70s. You see the front there beginning to take shape from southern Kentucky back into western Tennessee, into Arkansas and northeastern Texas. We stay dry here until probably a few showers move into northwest Alabama around sunset. Sunset's going to be pretty early, probably 6 or 7 o'clock. Thursday evening, now that we're in daylight savings time. Now that daylight savings time is gone, of course, the sunset's going to occur an hour earlier, more around 5 o'clock than the 6 o'clock we've been used to recently. Few of those showers try to work their way down into northwest Alabama Thursday night. It'll be breezy at times. Overnight lows will only go into the 50s to lower 60s, and that front with a few showers bringing that much-needed rain to North Alabama, but it's still, not getting our hopes up too high here. System weakens. The upper support is moved off to the east, and the front's beginning to kind of run out of steam. The ridge begins to try to wind back out again. The showers are gone out of Alabama by Friday afternoon. High temperatures on Friday will be a few degrees cooler in the middle and upper 60s as we get some cooler air filtering in from the north. High pressure setting up there over the Ohio Valley. We go through Friday night, things should be dry. And then Saturday, high pressure has set up over the mid-Atlantic states there, southern Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and northern Virginia. We'll see showers and thunderstorms developing to the west of us. And those are going to push into Alabama by late Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. I'm going to have to adjust my forecast, which currently just says clearing, breezy, and mild, and reintroduce those showers with that extra disturbance moving in there Saturday night. Now, hopefully, this Saturday night into Sunday period, we could see a little extra rainfall there, maybe half inch, 3/4 of an inch. That would be helpful. But you can see here as we get towards Sunday, it's going to be weakening. High temperatures on Saturday will be in the 60s. They'll be in the 60s again on Sunday. That front settles into central Alabama. And then our eyes are sort of drawn to the southeastern portion of the map, which is the western Caribbean, beginning to see potential tropical depression forming, according to the GFS. That would not be unprecedented. This is about where you would expect it to happen, but it will do some interesting things over the next few days. This is Monday the 13th, showing Alabama dry and cooler. High temperatures in the 60s. That's actually really close to normal for this time of year. Moving into Tuesday, more of the same. High pressure, large and in charge across the southeastern United States. There near Grand Cayman, we've got a developing tropical storm, though. A good bit of moisture over the western Caribbean. As we go into Wednesday, the 15th, that system's moving west towards Central America, but it's going to do in a quick, abrupt about face, becoming a fairly strong tropical storm here. But you see it begins to turn to the north and then back to the east, stalls for a little while, intensifies, tries to move toward the Yucatan Channel. But then suddenly it just begins moving back to the east. We say that makes no sense. GFS, go home, you're drunk. But that's not unprecedented. Remember Hurricane Lenny about 15 years ago did this very same thing. But here we could have what I think at this point will be strong tropical storm vents, potentially hurricane vents approaching Jamaica. Waters are certainly warm enough over the Caribbean. We're getting out to the end of the period here. Alabama's still high and dry. You've seen we've made it all through that weekend. A few spotty showers. Better watch what I say here. Just double check that. Another system moving through. Some activity over southwestern Alabama on that Sunday the 18th. So we'll see a chance of rain then. But this system in the Caribbean will be scooting back to the east. And if that happens, it'll be interesting to watch. This is a little closer look at it. You can see here, getting its act together on Tuesday the 14th. Tropical storm moving towards Central America, begins to intensify, moves to the northwest, then begins to get its act together before turning back to the east. It weakens briefly, according to the GFS, a long way out, probably reaching its strongest intensity there just south of Jamaica, when we could see a hurricane there. This would be 75, 80 mile per hour hurricane, but that's continuing east, staying south of the Dominican Republic. Thankfully, this is the end of the period. November 20th, we are so far out in voodoo land, it is not even funny. But it will be interesting to watch. This is total precipitation off the GFS, trying to look for a glimmer of hope. This is out through Sunday the 12th, showing. Is that what I want to see? Yeah, total precipitation. This is as far out as we could. Oh, this is the 0Z run. I'm going to back up one so we stay in the same run. And move out totally to the end of the period at 384 hours. Some decent rainfall amounts showing over Tennessee Valley, nearly 2 inches. That would not be bad, but you see Central and South Alabama just don't fare as well. These are temperatures off the national blend of models. 74 today, 77 tomorrow, general warming trend until Wednesday, when Thursday we'll see temperatures a degree or two cooler because of the clouds. Be some gusty southwesterly and southerly winds. Temperatures fall back into the 60s on Friday, and there will sort of stay. Overnight lows will drop back into the 40s, and this is very close to seasonal norms for this time of year. Weather Brains, the weekly netcast that is all about weather, is going to be a show about Hurricane Otto, the storm that brought such terrible devastation, rapid intensification in the last few hours before landfall, unexpectedly coming in as a Category 5 hurricane. Terrible situation, sort of our worst case scenario, one of our worst fears came true there, and we'll sort of dissect that. We'll have a hurricane expert. I'm not sure who that is yet, but we're reaching out right now to get someone like Brian Norcross or someone really good to talk to us. But that's your weather video for this Sunday, the 5th of November. I'll have notes on the blog, a complete update of the forecast coming up at noon, and keep posted on any developments. I'll get to actually write the package for the blog tonight. And then James will take over with videos and, of course, what the magic that he does starting tomorrow, those 2-a-day videos. I'll be here next Sunday. Scott will see you next Saturday again. And as I always tell you, when I get that chance next Sunday, until then, I want you keeping an eye to the sky because you'll always have something fun to look at.